everybody to another episode of August Love Story. I'm your host, Tommy T, and it's my beautiful wife with me, Artieka T, A-Town, as she likes to call herself. She's something else, man. This episode is about why we had a child, or something about children. I can't really place it, but
it was why we decided to have children and how many we're going to have in the future.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
So we're talking about children this episode.
Good.
Right, exactly. Why did we decide? You remember that conversation?
I do not.
I remember we talked about it, and pretty much what I thought, or what I was thinking, was that we'll never be ready financially, because we don't know what are some of the causes or some of the expenses that we'll run into with the child, because a lot of times all of them are different. Mm-hmm. And so
because you could have a child that has health issues,
right, or
you could have a child that has no health issues.
Right. And so that's what we ran into. We were just like, I remember that part of the conversation, but then I also remember saying that mentally we are ready. Well, I am ready mentally. I can't speak for you, but just mentally saying that, hey, I'm ready to become a dad and everything. And so I guess obviously you was prepared mentally for it, but
sort of, kind of, but not really.
Yeah, sort of, kind of.
I think on this side you realize how unprepared you were.
Yeah. Because
you think you were prepared, and then you have the baby, and then you like, yikes, what did I do?
No, but I feel so far so good. You know, it's been challenges and everything like that, but I don't think too bad of a challenge or anything.
For the most part, she's been a easy breezy baby.
Yeah.
I can't complain, or I could, but I won't.
No, one thing I think is very positive about us, or that helped us a lot, was we were able to plan for Lily. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just being like, hey, are we now trying to have children? Or
I wish we would have planned a little bit better, so that I would not have been pregnant in the summer.
Yeah.
But hindsight is 20/20.
Right. Right.
Pregnancy in the summer is awful.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but okay.
You remember how high the electricity bill was?
Yeah, I do.
Because I was high.
No, but I think that conversation, us having that conversation, made the decision to actually have a child make more sense. Mm-hmm. You know, than just like not doing. I mean, it wasn't we're intentionally trying to have a child. It was, we're not trying to have a child. You know,
I was intentionally trying by the time I decided that I was ready, because like that week I was like, yep, getting pregnant. And it was so.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Me and the Lord had a conversation.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But
he told me I was ready. I still don't quite know why he told me I was ready that day. But you know, it's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
No, but I feel like when you're in a relationship, I think the conversation of children has to be had, because we had that at first. Mm-hmm. When we first started dating and everything.
And I think I told you that I was content being an auntie.
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand that. That almost costed us our relationship.
I was pretty cool. And you know what? I love Lily to death. But I still think that I'm very auntie.
I know.
People say that I'm supposed to be a mom because of like being nurturing with her. Like now that they see me through it.
Yeah.
And I have a friend, actually we have a friend that is the same way. Like me and her both had said when we met each other in college that we were supposed to be aunties. And now she's a mom of 3.
Yeah.
And I'm a mom of 1. thus far. And it's just like, we always thought we were supposed to be the fun auntie that, you know, takes you out for your 21st birthday, let you like go to her house on the weekend so you can go to Six Flags and sneak and see a little boy or something. I don't know. I always thought that was my role in life, but obviously it's not.
No, I always viewed it myself as wanting to have children, especially a boy. So, my name could live on.
I was really hoping Lily was going to be a boy so we could go and be done with that.
But I don't want just one child.
Okay.
But no, I always looked at the verse where it says, "Be fruitful and multiply the world," or something like that.
See, you don't even know the verse.
I'm paraphrasing.
Where is it in the Bible?
It's somewhere in there.
See,
but it tells you, like, basically you're supposed to replenish the earth. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to do my part in replenishing the earth, and then give my children an opportunity to learn something that I learned.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so I look at it that way, as far as mentally prepared for parenthood or whatnot. Financially, things come about. You know, financial is a major part of it as well. But you know, you save
babies are expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like when I got the hospital bill.
Oh yeah.
With insurance.
Right. Babies are definitely expensive.
I was like, I don't know about this.
But you just, you know, you save up what you can save up, and you prepare for it. You like, I always look at the 9 months, use the 9 months wisely.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and waste it. Here it is 7 months in, and you just now starting to save. No, it don't work like that. So I feel like just knowing from the jump that we were actually trying, I could start putting money back once we really found out that you were pregnant and everything. So
yeah.
So that covered the why. How many kids do you want to have?
So I'm very, very torn, because I remember, like, my mom is one of, it's a lot of them, like 8. Once you count the adopted kid. So it's like 8 of them total. And so I have like 1 million first cousins.
Right.
But then I look at it like, in my mom's house, it was just me and my brother. Although my dad had other kids, like, it was just me and my brother at home with my mom.
Yeah.
So I didn't get like the full spectrum of wanting, like, or not, I won't say of wanting, but having a full house. So it's like, I saw what it was like to be one of many going to my grandparents' house. Then I also know what it felt like to be one of 2. And my brother's so much older than me, so it was almost like I was one of 1.
Yeah.
Because by the time I got past, you know, 2nd grade, he wasn't at home anymore. So for me, I always had this, either I'm gonna have 1 or I'm gonna have 5. And so I was like, I was definitely an extremist. So it was like, you have 1 so that you can say you did it. Like, you know, to have the baby just to say I'm not gonna say just to say you had the baby, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I did what I could. Right. I gave the world 1. I have an heir.
Yeah.
But then I was like 5, because I know what it's like to have a ton of cousins around. And to get the ton of cousins, you have to have a lot of kids. Somebody got to have a lot of kids. But then when I didn't get pregnant until I was 31 and didn't have a baby until I was 32, I was like, I don't see 5 in my future. So, like, for me, and I know that we've talked about this, I'm still completely unsettled on how many, because some days I'm like, Lily is enough. And some days I'm like, I really like a boy.
Yeah.
But you can't guarantee that the next one is going to be a boy unless you like
John Legend and Chrissy Teigen.
Okay, I'm not saying that. But you can go through an elective process that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have
you
to
like the Russian roulette of it?
No, it's not that I like the Russian roulette. It's just I just want to let things happen. So my mother could not choose that I was a girl. So, and she wanted a girl. That's why she ultimately had a second child. Yeah. But you just don't know what's going to happen. So since you don't know what's going to happen, you can tweak science, but I just rather go the natural route if I can.
Yeah.
Just let's see what happens.
Oh, okay. I always wanted to have
87 children.
As many as possible.
We started a little late to have as many as possible.
Yeah, I know. But
and you got an old wife.
Girl, be quiet. Like you, I wanted 5 at first. Because my grandmama had 5. And I always wanted 3 or more. You know, just because it was 2 of us. And I love my sister to death, but I always wanted another sibling. You know, and I just feel like 3 is special to me because I'm the 3rd.
3's company.
Yeah, but I always felt like 3 is the magic number just because, or now I feel like 3 is the magic number because age does play a role in it.
Your wife is old.
My wife is older. She's not old.
Man, I wait 1 more year and get pregnant. I am going to be a geriatric pregnancy.
Right. But that causes like, hey, can we get 3? Then also the aspect of cost. You know, so it's still, hey, we save up for her, but then we still got to save up again if we plan to have another one. And
she's not even eating real food yet.
Right.
Wait until they eat you out of a house and a home.
Right.
Goodness.
So those are the things that, you know, come into play when I'm like, how many kids? I still want 3 though, just because I feel like it's a solid number. It gets me above what I had growing up, and then all the fun that was there. You know, I feel like that 3rd kid would be the tiebreaker for everything.
Maybe.
I just feel that way. So,
or none of them want to do any of the same things.
Yeah, well, I just, you know, 3 is a good number for me. So that's my take on it.
Okay.
So you good with 3?
If the Lord gives us twins. And I really don't want that because it's 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm barely making it with just the 1 because this one is a lot.
She's a lot just because
I'm still trying to do other things in life besides just be her mom. And I have not outsourced to have like a sitter or a nanny or anything like that. Like she doesn't go to daycare. She is with me 24/7, 365. Yeah. 366.
Now that we've been quarantined, she's with us.
Right.
All the time. So.
And you see, she's a lot.
I mean, she's a lot, but I mean, it's manageable.
But then it would be 2 of them and her.
That'll be you. Like, I just like, for me, you adjust to everything.
I'm not adjusting well.
Like you just don't see it.
I'm tired. I don't adjust well.
I mean, like you are adjusting. You just don't, like, for you, it's like, I don't see it. But yeah, you've adjusted your life to fit her in it. And that's all that happens.
I know.
You know, so, hey man, I'm down
like
for it.
that show on the episode of Martin where they were talking about the stage plays. Mama, the Lord's tired. The Lord, Mama's tired too. That's me. Lord, Mama's tired too.
All right. You so crazy, man. So, did we have a listener letter for today?
Actually, we have an interesting situation. So since we're currently, one of my Facebook friends calls it quarantined.
Quarantined.
Yes. So we're currently quarantined, or whatever you want to call it. We're actually not quarantined. We are together at home.
Yeah.
Social distancing ourselves. If you guys have any questions, please send them to ouraugustlovestory@gmail.com and we'll read them aloud on the show. But this is a special question because it's a real situation for people that are dating. I found this on Facebook through one of my high school classmates' page. He shared it and asked people for their opinion. I decided not to give my opinion on the post, but I decided to talk to Tommy and see what we could come up with as what the best option would be. So this question says, my girlfriend of 6 months has been out of work for the past 2 weeks and she just got word that she will be laid off permanently. She asked me could she move in with me. I told her that I'm not ready to share my home with anyone. She offered to pay half the bills. I declined. She then proceeds to ask me could I pay her rent for her next month. I told her that I'm uncomfortable doing things that a husband should do for my girlfriend, but I told her that she could borrow $300. She says that I'm wrong for not helping her out during her time of need, but that isn't the case in my perspective. She says that she isn't sure that she will continue dating me. Am I wrong here, or is this just another case of a woman feeling entitled? You're the man in this situation, so I want to hear what you have to say, Mr. Townsend.
That's a tough one. Just because of where they are in 6 months.
Okay.
Like, I think time plays a lot to do with it. Mm-hmm. Also, how he feels about her as a human being. Mm-hmm. You know, where.
What do you mean by that? Elaborate.
I mean, like, how he feels like towards her. You know, like, is this going somewhere? Because I mean, like, you have situations where you're in a relationship with somebody, but you know it's not going to go. You know this is not the final destination for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're 6 months in and she wants you to pay your rent.
Or move in.
Or move in.
She wants to move in with him or get his help on paying her rent.
And who's been out of work?
She has.
She's been out of work.
So she's been out of work for 2 weeks. And then she found out at the ending of the second week that she is, for the foreseeable future, out of work.
Out of work.
Until she finds another position.
Yeah, so like looking at it from a standpoint, because it's different for us. We moved in like 4 months into the relationship together. Or something like that. It was just like really fast.
It was 4 months.
But
3 months.
I don't know.
Because we weren't dating in July. No. We started dating in August.
Yeah.
And then by December.
Yeah. We was living
And it
together.
was the ending of August, so.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I can't say, nah, he's you know, he's wrong or he's right. But it really depends on how he feels about her and then how he really feels about the situation. Because for us, it was more so of, this is my girlfriend, you're over here all the time. Mm-hmm. It'll help me with X, Y, and Z, my bills. Mm-hmm. Because like the thing was like, hey, you pay whatever you're paying over there, let them pay that, and then you just help me out over here. Mm-hmm. It was a win-win situation for both of us.
But it was actually also help.
Right.
So.
And that's the way I looked at it. But for him, he's not looking at it as needing help because obviously he's been living by himself before, you know. Allegedly. So
because we don't know if there's like a roommate or whatever. So
it's obviously he doesn't feel like he needs her help. Like for me, I didn't feel like I needed your help, but your help was welcome just because, I mean, it made my bills cheaper. So I was able to do more and move around a little different. So
yeah, food.
Right, that's something Chris and him said. I never had food when I lived by myself.
Because I came in and was cooking.
No, that's crazy. But and then he offered her $300. I don't feel like he's wrong with saying, no, I don't want you to move in with me and here's $300. I feel like he's well in his wheelhouse or whatnot. Mm-hmm. What happened at the end though? It was just like she was gonna break up with him, right?
She was like, she's questioning if she should continue to date him.
That I don't feel like that's a deal breaker, but I do feel like that probably is a deal breaker.
I can understand why she would think of it as a deal breaker, because 6 months in, you know something.
Yeah.
You know if you actually see yourself with a future with me, or if I'm just somebody to kick it with.
Yeah.
So you do know that.
Right.
If you don't know anything else. Now, I had a few questions.
What you got?
So she said that she wanted to move out of her place and move in with him, and she would help him with the bills, right?
How's she gonna do that?
Right. With what money?
Right.
I mean, now we're in a situation, it's a world pandemic. I understand that they're issuing unemployment checks and then adding an extra $600 on top of that. Now, I don't know about everywhere else in the world, but I do know the state of Georgia gives $300 a week in unemployment. So that's $1,200 a month, right?
Yeah.
Then the government is saying that we can give you an extra $2,400 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's $3,600. She should be able to scale her life down to $3,600
Right.
for the next few months until she can figure things out. That would be my first thought. My second thought is, what's she gonna do with $300?
What is $300? Oh,
he was offering $300. Like, what is that going to solve? Because
I don't know.
In my household, $300 would pay the car note.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a car note. I do.
Right.
But $300 would pay the car note. That's it. Like, and fill up my gas tank one time.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he offered something, and that's what he had. I'm assuming. I mean,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I would rather you... I don't know. I guess I'm looking at it like at the 6 month mark, if you don't know, then maybe we don't need to be together. Right?
Yeah. But it's not known that he doesn't know. It's so many scenarios to that. You know what I'm saying? Just because it could be that $300 was all he had to spare.
Right. I mean, and I get that. No, I'm not talking about the $300 at this point of if you don't know. Yeah. Like, the thing with that is that she says she doesn't know if she can continue in this relationship because she would expect that her boyfriend would do more. And I don't know how old they are, but once I hit 30, it was kind of like...
You was married at 30?
Okay. Once I hit 30, the thought process is, like, for my friends, because I was married at 30, is you should be dating with a purpose.
Yeah.
Like, after maybe like 27, 28, it should be dating with a purpose. So at that point, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to come up with? Are you trying to make this person your spouse? What are the steps in a perfect world that would make this person your spouse? Some people don't want to be married, and that's cool too. I don't have an issue with you not wanting to get married, but what is your end game?
Right.
So with this relationship, what is your end game? Because every married man that I know says he knew early in the relationship that he wanted to be with this woman. Didn't take a lot.
Yeah.
And that's all, like, literally all the married men that I know. And it's not that I'm...
You don't pose this thing.
I mean, I just... You know how people always want to ask questions when you about to get married? Like, you sure? It's like, I never asked are you sure?
Nobody ever asked me that.
They probably thought it, though.
Probably.
It's not
but
important.
Nobody asked me.
It's not important. We here now. But, like, I look at it like you typically know early on if this is someone that you want to spend time with. And he's saying that he's not looking for that type of situation. So is it I don't want to live with you? Because that's a valid point. Because you don't know a person until you live with them. And you might realize I don't really like you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure, I know for a fact you like me a little bit less because we live together. I know for a fact. And a lot of it has to do with how I keep my side of the bed.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
It's cool. I understand. I'm working on changing. It's a slow process.
Oh, boy.
It's a slow process.
I learned my lesson, man.
But in that exact same regard, you also have to look at it like, are we trying to progress further than this? So if we're not trying to progress further, we should just go ahead and cut our losses.
And I don't feel like you should go ahead and cut your loss, like, because that's the thing about this one. He more so could be looking at it as, and I'm just throwing some ideas out there, he could more so be looking at it as, I don't want to shack up. Okay. Because, you know, we talked about earlier in one of the previous episodes, shacking up. We talked about, like, actually the stigmatism behind living together, because, you know, people say, hey, you move in together, you basically, what is it, the cow before the milk?
Why do you buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? Right.
And so, like, I mean,
always was offended by being referred to as a cow.
I said a cow before the milk. I don't know. But, you know, he could have that stuck in his mind and that be a thing, mm-hmm. you know, because a lot of people are told growing up, like, living with your boyfriend and girlfriend is wrong, basically. Mm-hmm. You know, even when it comes down to people that live together still have to sleep when they go places, got to sleep in different places, like they just don't live together.
I know people have tried that with us.
Right. So, you know, it could be that, or then again, it could be, you know, he just doesn't know. But, you know, the more time you spend with somebody, the more you get to know somebody, you know, time could say, hey, yeah, I want to be with this person, you know. So, I don't know. I don't feel like they should break up, but I totally understand why she would be like, I don't know if I can be with this person.
I'm pushing you at a distance.
Right.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, you think about it from her standpoint, it's, I'm down bad, and the guy that I'm with, my boyfriend, he basically, like, left me out to dry. Mm-hmm. And, like, he's not here to help me. How do I know if we did go any further, he will still be there to help me?
Right.
You know, so, no, I get it. I get it from her standpoint, but then also I understand his line of thinking. It's not mine, you know, but because we've been in situations where it's like, I really didn't benefit from anything, mm-hmm. but I gave it just because you're my lady. Mm-hmm.
I mean, and also, like, you were my fiance at that point. Yeah, you were. I remember paying the last payment on your car.
Yeah.
Because you had, you know, lost a job.
Yeah.
And it was like, we've come this far.
Right, right.
to owe one car note.
Right.
I mean, like, one? Yeah, okay. How much is it? Let me write this check.
Right, exactly.
When is it due?
Yeah.
How much money I need to put in your account? So, I mean, I guess you just have to look at it both ways. In conclusion, I guess it's like, I wouldn't be upset if you did break up with him, but I also understand if he is like, no.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
Neither person is wrong in that situation.
Right.
So
nah, it's like, really off of how you feel at that moment. Mm-hmm. And feel good about what you decide.
Absolutely.
Stand on your 10.
Right. And don't be upset if she break up with you.
Right.
Don't call her out her name either,
right.
because
nah, you can't.
All you gave her was $300. All you offered her, because I didn't even say gave. All you offered her was $300.
But that could be, she can't be upset for him doing that though.
She can't.
So it's like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he can't be mad at her if she says,
can't be mad
no, I don't
him.
want to do this anymore. And she can't be mad at him if he like, this all I got.
They can still be friends though.
No.
You can't be friends after that.
Like
you can't be cool after that.
We either are together or we're not.
Like, it's Friday night, let's go bowling.
No.
You can't do that?
I don't want to be friends with you.
All right.
First off, I ain't got no job. So why am I going somewhere leisure with you?
I don't know. Good.
So,
Touche.
So since I don't have a job, I think that my time will be better kept at home in my house during this together at home, stay at home, quarantine, social distancing.
Touche. I got you.
even after.
So,
because I don't want your little funky $300.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
That's crazy. So what's our quote for the episode?
I picked something and I really don't remember the beat to the song, so this is gonna be even funnier.
Okay.
Because I'm not even gonna attempt to stay away from the beat because I can't remember it. So I picked the song "Still Tipping."
You can't remember the beat?
Nope.
I just sung it in my head. Go ahead.
Okay. What was this, Mike Jones verse? So he said, "Fofos, I'm tipping. Wood grain, I'm gripping. Catch me lane switching with the paint dripping. Turn your neck and your dame missing. Me and Slim, we ain't tripping. I'm figure flipping and syrup sipping. Like do or die, I'm pole pipping. Car stop, rims keep spinning." I had to laugh at that one.
Man. You don't remember that song at all.
I remember the song, but I
you
don't
don't remember the beat?
Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
And then
I'm singing it all in my head. I'm not going to sing it for you.
I mean, don't. But all I be thinking about is who is Mike Jones? Just yelling who? Mike Jones?
Who?
We literally did that the entire time we were in Houston. No, my senior trip for high school.
Yeah, went to Houston?
We went to Houston. To the Galleria Mall. Of all the places.
Really?
Yeah,
that was the
ball out.
That was the big thing.
That's the Lenox Mall of Houston.
Got you.
So we went to Astro World, which is basically Six Flags.
Oh, okay.
We did a lot of stuff around Houston or whatever, but we got to Houston and everybody was like, "Call Mike Jones."
Did y'all call Mike Jones?
We called Mike Jones. 281-330-8004.
That's terrible.
I still remember. I'm gonna call Mike Jones tomorrow.
Don't do that.
And see if he
Don't do that.
If he's together at home with somebody.
That's too funny, man. And we do the quote of the episode just because Artieka does not listen to rap music.
I don't listen to new rap music.
She doesn't listen to rap music. And I
listen to Yo Gotti.
I love rap music. And rightfully so. She listens to Yo Gotti, 3 6 Mafia, and she knows the words. Mm-hmm. And it trips me out every time. So I just we couldn't do this podcast without her saying some words, some rap lyrics.
Yeah, so give me some funny.
That is the quote. That's why we got quotes of the episode. Mm-hmm. So it's just a little humor for us. So to recap everything today that we talked about.
Have babies when you're ready.
Right. It is very important to have babies when you're ready, just because you know what you're stepping into. It's a big deal to become a parent. Mm-hmm. And because you're leading the next generation of your family, you're teaching the next generation how to move, how to work. And so that's important. As you can see where our world is going now, we're so connected to each other. Mm-hmm. We have to have leaders and people that's going to go forward and make something, make the world a better place. That is truly what we should be striving for. So, and that always comes from preparation. So, and being decisive of what you want. So you guys plan it out, have that conversation with your significant other, and go forward. That's how we got to where we are. We mentally made the decision that we're ready to become parents, and
I'm yet hanging on.
And we're doing it. So hey, I look forward to having more.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
there's a smile.
But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for listening to this episode of August Love Story, the podcast.
So, guys, follow us on all social media. We are August Love Story, the podcast, on YouTube. August Love Story on Instagram. And on Instagram, my name is Artieka, just spelled like my first name, Artieka. And if you're actually watching this video, it'll be right here where I'm pointing.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that area.
Somewhere. And then I'll probably put mine right here. It's like right here.
You have to say it out loud though.
It's what?
Your Instagram.
Oh, it's at I am Tommy T the Third, and it's DA3RD. And yeah, I'm gonna take it down from there. So
okay. And also on Facebook, it is August Love Story. So Facebook.com/August Love Story.
Yep. And like, subscribe, and share.
Comment. And I think we might go back to doing those after shows.
Yeah,
again.
we should.
We just, life happened and it's a lot going on right now. Outside of the Corona team.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of life happening in our life because we're both still working all the hours that we were working beforehand. And the child is moving.
Right. A lot.
Like, a lot. So, you guys, let us know. Also, this episode was produced by 3 Amp Media. So, yeah. Yay! I don't know where that came from, guys. Don't know. But, yeah, you guys enjoy. And we enjoy you guys. And look forward to our after show. I don't know when we're going to do it, but just keep on the lookout. You follow us, you'll see it. So, yeah, we'll post about it.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys for listening.
All right, guys. Peace.
Bye.